Welcome back and welcome to my first episode of Tipsy Talk. Today's drink is like an iced tea with some hibiscus tea and some lemon vodka. Oh my gosh, so good. So good! This is Tipsy Talk with myself, Daniela, and my honey, Steven. So cheers!
Cheers.
So that was more of the lemon or lemonade? I don't know. It was pretty good. By the way, we took these in Batman chocolates. Well, I'm a real YouTuber now. I'm a sucker for Batman. How do you feel about me having a channel?
I feel great about it. I think it's going to be very successful. And I'm just happy to see you do new things to express yourself and to be happy.
Yay!
Give them the recipe on the...
I did.
Oh, you did?
50% alcohol, 50% tea, 1 slice lemon. Cheers! So, what's on your mind?
Call of Duty?
Call of Duty.
Oh.
I was thinking more of the Carole Baskin song, but... anyways, I don't know if you guys have seen Tiger King. Everyone's seen Tiger King. I don't know what I'm asking. But Steven found this hilarious song about Carole Baskin. And so he's looking for it right now. What do you think about Carole Baskin, Luna? This is my baby Luna. I have 3 babies. They're all cats.
Fed them to tigers, they snack it.
Oh, you can't...
Turned it on.
It says DirecTV.
This is the DirecTV button.
Sorry. I didn't mean to.
Every time. If you ever hit it, that's what you get. You don't get Carole Baskin, you don't get snacking, you get DirecTV.
Fed them to tigers, they snack it. What's happening? Carole Baskin.
So maybe we'll just start by talking about what we like to drink. I am a sucker for tequila. We're not drinking today, but I just bought some, so. But I'm a sucker for tequila and margaritas. They've given me like, I just feel like when I'm happy when I'm on them, like my body doesn't feel heavy, I don't feel gross afterwards. So that's usually my drink of choice. What about you?
I've recently been turned on to tequila. I'd say whenever you decide to have some tequila or you get a bottle, I'll at least have a couple drinks out of it. So I don't mind tequila now, but my go-to is definitely a rum.
Yeah, rum and tequila are my number 1 and number 2. What I was gonna say too is what we discovered is if you drink tequila with pomegranate juice, it tastes like wine. Yeah, I don't know why, but if you try it, or even cranberry pomegranate juice and tequila, it tastes like wine. Very strange. So, cheers to that.
Cheers.
So I have these funny mugs. I don't know where I got them from. Maybe a garage sale. Makes me feel like I'm in a park somewhere, not quarantined and drinking.
I guess that's one thing I want to bring up, though, since we're talking about quarantine, is the fact that some people feel like they're being imprisoned in their own homes in the comfort of their own house, with the ability to leave the house to go grocery shopping and do essential errands and things like that. I just want to kind of reiterate the fact that it's not a punishment, it's for your own safety, and I feel like people are losing sight of that. And it's understandable you're stressed out and you feel like you don't have all the freedoms that you're used to, that you're spoiled with every day. No offense, but...
Can I just bounce off that and say, like, that's what it's made me realize is, like, how privileged we are as people, right? Like, even at the basic way, like, we don't make a lot of money, but we love our life right now. But we're privileged enough to realize, like, wow, like, I can't go out and get my hair cut, or I have to cook for myself. And, like, I love cooking for myself, but I feel like I've seen a lot of people noticing things that have been like a benefit they don't consider a benefit, right? You have the opportunity to go get your nails done, your hair done, have people cook meals for you. I think it's been a humbling experience, to be honest, to be able to be home and remember that we're able to do this for ourselves, but we've taken for granted the fact that like other people have offered these services. Something that Steven said as well is he was talking about how like people say they're imprisoned, but then he also said the comfort of your home. Like, you're in your own home. Like, dang, like, I get it, I work at a shelter, not everybody's home is safe, but for those of you who are, and who are making enough money to sustain yourself, like, feel grateful that you have that opportunity. You know, you're not in a prison cell with no option for food or what you're gonna do that day, you know, like, you have this beautiful opportunity to be safe.
Well said.
Thanks, honeys. Other thoughts on quarantine are, I love it. I want to work. I love it. I want to work remotely. Like, dang, I love what I do. So if anybody doesn't know, I integrate arts programming into youth and family support groups at a domestic violence shelter, and it's genuinely just the light of my life being able to do that and help people and hear their cries and hug them and support them even on the hardest days. It's really rewarding. But whoa, I never ever expected to love quarantine this much. I'm like, whoa, my next job is going to be flexible AF. Like, I'm ready to do something where I had the opportunity to make my own schedule, and I've been lucky to have jobs like that in the past. But definitely motivated me to want that again in the future.
Carole Baskin killed her husband, whacked him. We should just sit here and do that the whole song.
Maybe after we get a few shots in, we'll just do the whole song.
Yeah, you have to know your lines though, because I know the whole song.
Lines.
So it goes: Carole Baskin killed her husband, whacked him, fed him to tigers. They're snacking. Can't convince me it didn't happen. Those two parts I always mix up, so that might actually be backward. That's all I got. Good enough.
Another shot?
No, too soon. I guess we're supposed to be drunk for this, right?
It's called Tipsy Talk. Steven said he has something romantic to say.
No, you don't say that. Just let it happen naturally. Hate you. I'm just really grateful to have you in my life, because there are times like today when I wake up and it's unfortunate, but it's the way it is. It's the way my mind works to process things, is to see things as they are literally. And sometimes when you see things that way, you don't get the sugar-coated cherry on top, and it's really hard to remember that you just need to lighten up and everything's still going to be okay. So I'm really, really grateful for the fact that I have someone in my life who's able to help me see past that and just to lighten up. You know what I mean? To wake up and we're going grocery shopping, we're gonna just mundane, normal things that I normally take for granted.
Yeah.
You make it worthwhile. And
Thank you, baby.
It reminds me of why I need to be grateful for the small things.
Thank you.
You just had such a great impact on my life. And
Thanks, honey.
I'm very appreciative for that.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I have been working really hard the past few years of my life to try to be more optimistic and see things on the brighter side. Steve and I have made it a routine to say at every home-cooked meal what we're grateful for, and like today, one of the things we mentioned is we're just grateful to be able to afford the food on our plates, and we know that that's not possible for everybody, so it's really important to just not take those things for granted and just recognize those things has really helped us both be more grateful and optimistic. So just a thought, if anybody else is struggling with that. I know it's not the easiest thing. I have a lot of friends who are so wonderful and optimistic, and for years I was like, I don't get it. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you're happy all the time. And I finally feel like I've reached a point in my life where I feel that on a regular basis, and it's been really nice and really beautiful.
I can vouch for that, because I have my own things going on.
It's hard. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't know if you're naturally born that way. That's dope. But like for some of us, it's really hard to stay upbeat like that.
And I have to give you credit. You do an excellent job, because most days, I'm not even going to say sometimes, I'm going to say most days, that's one of the things that really pops into my head, and it's just right there in the forefront. I notice that, and I admire that about you, is how positive you're able to be regardless of what's going on. It's becoming a natural thing for you. Yeah. And I really admire that about you.
Just in case anybody's wondering too, like, Steven's generally one of the most thoughtful, kind people I've ever met, and is like this all the time. This is not just a camera thing. Like, I'm so grateful because on a daily basis he reminds me of like just how amazing it is to have a partnership like this. So I appreciate that.
Alright, let's not get too gooey for the viewers here.
Yeah, we don't want to get too gooey.
We're gonna get drunky.
What are we cheersing to?
You know what? Let's cheers to it's beautiful outside.
Okay. Cheers to sunlight. Cheers.
Cheers.
Pa arriba.
Pa arriba.
Pa abajo. Pa el centro y adentro. I feel like there's so much pressure to pick like one path in life and one career choice, but there's so many things on my mind. Like every single day I'm like, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that, I wish I could do that. It seems like it's like, well, you can, and I'm like, I just feel society has told us to only pursue one path. The dream is to own my own business one day and be an art therapist. I have a lot of dreams.
I feel like in the future people are going to be able to realize that they have the capacity to do more than just one thing, you know, because people are limited based on how much studying they have to do for something or how much time they have to maintain a singular perspective on one profession that they want to pursue.
I agree, and not even future. I think it's all possible now, but like, I think a lot of it's monetary. Like I get that like people are like, oh, you don't need money to do this and that, but in reality, like there's like a higher financial success rate and career rate and being able to travel and all these things with money, right? Whether it's your money or family money or wherever it comes from, like there's a wider opportunity. It doesn't mean it's not possible for people who didn't grow up in wealth, but it's more difficult. And so I think the reality is part of that as well. Like, yeah, it's doable, but I'm going to have to make my wealth somehow if I don't have it before I'm able to do that. And that's not, again, not impossible, but it's going to be more of a struggle for those of us who grew up in like a middle-class family where you had to make your own and pay your own bills and be in debt for school.
I have friends who have that. I call it the silver spoon syndrome. It is what it is, you know what I mean? And God bless you and good for you. But it's not a matter of judging anybody. It's a matter of understanding the perspective.
I mean, I call it privilege.
It's got many names. What does it provide you ultimately in the end? We have to sacrifice time to get the luxury that they have naturally. It comes down to time. You have to spend more time working.
And effort, dude. But we also, I think we gain a greater sense of life and work and compassion and all those things, because when people are handed things like money and college and travel and all these things, like you might get certain perspectives that we don't, like multicultural and blah, 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 but like you're not getting the sense of like working your butt off to get where you want to be. You don't get the sense of like climbing the ladder.
That's very true. I've witnessed that time and time again, but at the same time on the flip side, which is so beautiful because I do see people who have that. They have everything that's just there. They have it. They have everything taken care of. They don't have to worry about anything. They can just focus on their passion, and they don't take that for granted. And I've seen that time and time again. And on the flip side, I've also seen the opposite, where it just goes horribly wrong because they take things for granted. They don't understand. They're not able to appreciate the depth of what they're being given.
Right.
Because it's just there.
It's, yeah, it definitely depends on the person and the family and like the society you grew up in and all those things. Like there's a lot of factors for sure.
Aside from that, that's just it's for me it's uplifting to see that there are still people out there who can be given these things, who can be given these opportunities and these gifts and still do the right thing, still have the right perspective, you know what I'm saying, to reach out and help other people. There are those people out there. You can hand them $1 million and they'll turn it into something for everybody.
Oh my gosh!
And then there's the other individual who you hand them $1 million and it's gone in a week because me, you know. Yeah,
or maybe not gone in a week, but they only invested in themselves. Like invested in my family, my money, my pool, my house.
That is also important.
It is, but it's not all about life. Like I actually just recently read a statistic that like the most people find happiness in helping other people, and I believe that 100%.
Right, but like put it this way, for me personally, if I were handed, let's just say I want to give a random number, $4 million. That's the first place it's going to go is to my family, to me, because that's when I was nothing, when I didn't have anything, when I was nobody. They brought me in and gave me things I didn't have. Right. That's the least I could do.
But that's coming from a place of compassion and not from like selfishness.
Coming from the heart. Yeah.
So that's a little bit different.
That's true. I see what you're saying.
On that note, it's been a lot of fun, and we hope to record more videos. So thanks for joining us for Tipsy Talk. Cheers.
Cheers.